So as I said, all I'm going to ask you to do is simply open and close your eyes at different intervals. And before you do, let's make sure you're comfortable where you are. And if you can make yourself even like 1% more comfortable where you are, I really invite you to do that. Maybe just give your shoulders a shimmy. Yeah. Maybe, you know, adjust your seat and have your feet flat on the ground because this is going to feel like progressive relaxation. And I just don't want you to, fall asleep and, slip and fall from your chair. Okay. So now I invite everyone to pick a spot that's beyond your computer screen. Maybe just above it. And the reason why I'm going to ask you to do that is because we're all social animals. And when we're social animals, we have a tendency to fixate on people's faces. And so I'm going to invite you to look away for just a moment and pick a spot that's pleasant to look at or just straight ahead. And then soften and diffuse your focus. And for me, my eyes get a little squinty when I do this. But also, I notice as soon as I do that, I become more aware of what's all around and beyond that focal point. It's as if I can very easily engage peripheral vision. And I also become aware of the fuzzy frames of my glasses, if you're wearing glasses. Yeah. And if you can feel what it's like to just engage in that peripheral vision, you're spot on. If you just imagine yourself just relaxing and softening your focus, you're also spot on. Now, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes just for a moment. And now imagine number 10. And as you imagine number 10, also imagine a wave of comfort moving from the very top of your head down along the rest of your body and out your toes as 10 fades or relaxes away. And now gently open your eyes, close your eyes, and see 9. And again, as you see 9 in your mind's eye, imagine another wave of relaxation moving from the very top of your head along your body and out your toes as 9 fades or relaxes away. Open your eyes, close your eyes, and see 8. Another wave of that golden comfort. And imagine you could just send it anywhere you like it to go as 8 fades or perhaps relaxes away. Open your eyes, close your eyes, and see 7. You know how this goes. Close your eyes and see 7 as another wave of comfort. And maybe that relaxation moves along the back of your tongue. Maybe it moves down your neck and shoulders or along your back. As 7 fades and relaxes away. Now you can open your eyes, close your eyes, and see 6. More comfort, more relaxation, and just imagine it spreading throughout your body as 6 fades or relaxes away. Open your eyes, close your eyes, and see 5. More comfort, sinking in, spreading. And notice how you like to experience relaxation. Everyone's a little bit different. So as 5 fades and relaxes away, open your eyes, close your eyes, and see 4 in your mind's eye. And maybe you like to relax by imagining some warmth, some lightness, whichever way feels good for you. I think I'm at 4. So let's let 4 fade or relax away. Open your eyes, close your eyes, And see three, more relaxation, more comfort. Let it sink in. As three fades or relaxes away, open your eyes, close your eyes, and see two. That's right, more comfort, more relaxation. If you feel a little sleepy, you're doing just fine. And now open your eyes, close your eyes, and see one. Allowing that relaxation and comfort to sink in, allowing you to just relax a little bit more and more. And now in this slight relaxed place, I'm going to show you how powerful your mind is. So in a moment, I'm going to invite you to think a suggestion to yourself. And you might notice that even your body believes you. So I invite you to think the suggestion, my legs are so very heavy. And some people tell me they feel those legs feeling so heavy they could hardly budge them. Or they feel like wood or lead. So if you can feel your legs even just a bit heavy, give me a nod. Excellent. And I just want you to know, however you're experiencing this, there's no wrong or right way. If you're feeling a little relaxed, that's great. And now as you feel that relaxation, I invite you to imagine a movie screen in your mind's eye. And on that movie screen, I want to invite you to imagine that version of you embodying the change that you want to see. Who knows, maybe that person, that version of you has taken that one extra step. That version of you is already living the change that you want to be. If you can imagine that version of you on that movie screen, if it feels good, now I invite you to just slip into that movie screen yourself, almost as if you're merging with that version of you. And notice what resources, what knowing, what wisdom, what feeling you're embodying. And allowing your unconscious to integrate at its own pace whenever you feel ready to come out of this. You might feel yourself maybe wanting to take a big stretch, and you can open your eyes. And if you feel like it, maybe you just want to shake this off too. Now, I trust that people who are following this, whether with your cameras on or off, or if you're watching the replay, I trust that you took away what you needed to take away. And if anyone wants to share what that was like, either in the chat or if you want to unmute yourself, I invite you. But also, if anyone wants to put their hand up, and I especially encourage the women of color in this room to please put your hands up. We really want to honor and prioritize you. If you want to put your hand up, and if you want to get coached on anything that is related to whether that is the topic of imposter syndrome or whether that is something that you saw in the visualization, I invite you. And if you want to put your hand up, you can either go to the bottom of the screen, and at the bottom of your screen, you will see that little heart. It says react. And right next to that little heart, if you clicked on the upward arrow, you'll probably see raise hand button. If you click on the heart, you'll see the raise hand button, or you could just unmute yourself. It's fine. All right, Tria, what's up? What do you want to share with us?
So actually one thing with imposter syndrome, for me, my imposter syndrome is very specific to having imposter syndrome in front of people of a higher status in like in my eyes, people who are probably higher up in the organizations that I work in, or just I guess anyone who I find superior to me, and especially those who I idolize, who I want to become in the next few years, and I have this imposter syndrome of needing to impress them but not feeling like I can. And in the visualization, I guess I visualize myself in their position already. And kind of that confidence that like the people that I'm kind of afraid of, I guess, or I'm intimidated by, like it's basically it's kind of telling me that I need to imbibe that confidence of the people that I'm intimidated of. But yeah, I think it's a tough one for me. It's definitely at a subconscious level. Like even though I try to tell myself that, I don't have to be intimidated by these people and I'm going in my own path, it can feel because I'm doing my master's right now, and I'm trying to get a job after this. So it's an awkward level. It's like I have skills, but at the same time, I'm so junior in the field that I'm getting into. So yeah, and even I guess as a person of color, especially in Europe, I think that comes as well, especially when you see that in these organizations, it's not a lot of people of color in leadership positions. It's usually white males because I'm in the international affairs sector, and it's usually white males. Like this morning, I was in a meeting, and it was just all white males, and there was just us two women in a room full of 30 white males. So it can be in those specific areas, the imposter syndrome does hit, but I really need to try and to imbibe I guess, the white male confidence, but in this brown woman's body. But yeah, so that's my takeaway.
You need to impress them. What does that mean? Tell me a little bit more. Maybe you can take me to the last specific time you had the thought, you were in a room full of people who male, pale, whatever, they're different and they have higher, bigger titles, more experience, more credentials, right? And you're thinking, I need to impress them. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more what that means.
I think it's really about trying to prove something, right? It's trying to prove that, but it's to my like if I'm able to prove to others, I can prove to myself as well,
Yeah.
that I'm capable of being in that room. I'm capable of being at the level that they are, despite my imposter syndrome. Like, because my imposter syndrome, it comes from some of it also comes from actual like a dissonance of my background, I guess. It's not the typical background that comes even skills wise to this sector. So that also comes in, and then it's like I have to prove to those people only if they're impressed by me, or not impressed, but even satisfied with my work.
Hmm.
That's kind of like, for me, it's like subconsciously I need that validation.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's difficult to have that belief in myself that I'm able to reach those positions. Because if
Hmm.
they don't believe in me, then I can't believe in myself. That's like in my subconscious, and it's tough
First of
to.
all, I just really want to really, really champion and I mean you're a personal friend, but like you don't realize how incredible you truly are. You don't realize how hard you have worked and like you are doing things right now that millions of people dream of and don't dare to do or are not capable of doing, right? Taking themselves across continents, being in rooms where these big topics are being discussed with big, quote unquote impressive title people with quote unquote impressive titles. Like people dream of that, and you have brought yourself to that room. And it is both incredible, mind-blowingly impressive, first of all, just as you are, right? Like you are living the dream, the ultimate dream of so many people in that moment, right? And we're gonna play with that word impress because because you are truly impressive, right? But at the same time, when you tell yourself, I need to impress them, I think that's when you start to leak a little bit of your own magic and confidence, right? Because when you tell yourself, I need to impress them, I need to really blow them out of the water for them to be even satisfied and let me stay in this room, right? Then you feel how?
I guess it validated. I feel
Validate?
validated to be there. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wait, 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 wait. So if you, when you tell yourself, I need to impress them, you feel validated?
Ah, okay, no, the impressing part. If oh, like the need, are you asking about the need, like while I'm feeling the need to impress them, that's it makes me feel, of course, yeah, lower self-esteem, but when
Yeah.
I do end up impressing them, then I do feel validated, and that's why that kind of reinforce those moments reinforce this negative need, I guess.
Oh, really? Really? So it's almost as if like the more you impress them, you feel like the more I have to impress them.
Exactly, because it makes us feel validated, right? Sometimes when you get external validation, it makes us feel better, and sometimes that's what boosts our confidence rather than our internal validation. It's not
Mm,
healthy basically, but it
mhm.
does, like, the more you experience that, it does reinforce, I think, this pattern.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, First of all, why does it make total sense that in your mind there is this tape that I need to impress them? I need to impress them and like win their battle. Why does it make total sense?
I think it's because it's kind of like if I meet their criteria, I've met the criteria of that someone in that position that I want to be in. It's
Mhm.
kind of like oh, I do have what
Wait,
it
wait, wait,
takes to go
but
into
you
that role.
also realize that in your mind that criteria is like this high. It's like this level for most people, but for you, you feel it's this high. Yeah, you're nodding your head, right?
Yeah, it's quite high.
Quite
It's
high.
also I think it's also a common thing with just women, us women in general, right? Like a
Yeah.
lot of us, especially since there are a lot of Smithies here, a lot of us are perfectionists, right? A lot of us are high achievers, and a lot of us expect so much out of ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's also, I feel like that really goes along with imposter syndrome as well, is that we feel
Yeah.
like we don't, yeah, like we have such high standards here, even though rationally we can tell ourselves that we deserve to be here,
Uh-huh.
we have what it takes, but yeah, sometimes just that perfectionist mindset really blocks it, but it's so difficult to change that subconscious pattern.
Because it has worked. Because, and especially for you, like you're much younger, you're just completing your academic studies. So, like in academia, when the structure is more or less clear, when there is a curriculum that you can follow, when the rules are a little bit more transparent, right? It's easier to be like, oh, I know how to get an A plus plus. I know how to go the extra mile, get extra credit, right? And so when you get the validation, the extra credit or whatever, you're like, oh, it's working, but now I need to do more. Oh my God, I'm tired. Yeah.
No, exactly. I mean, I don't know if anyone wants to jump in about this part, because I think a lot of us share that overachieving drive, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to take up the entire conversation,
No,
so I don't know if
you
anyone wants to
okay.
jump in.
No, no, no. You can take up as much space. It's fine because I swear to you, everyone who's listening to this, so many people are like, yes, I know exactly what she's talking about. I can totally relate. This is so useful for me. Okay. No need to apologize. This is a safe space. You get to take up as much space as you need. Okay. And I'm just going to get directly to the point. Usually, when my clients come to me with these, issues, they're already high performing as you are, right? People don't know that you're already a TEDx speaker and you're multilingual and you have several degrees. Like people don't know, okay? But I know. So I can say like you're already like above the bar in so many levels. You've already checked off so many boxes, right? But the danger in continuing this mindset of like, I need their validation, I need to impress them, I need to see them like, oh, wow, this is amazing, or, giving you that extra validation for you to move forward is that this is the surefire way to burn out. Right. But then this is kind of tricky because like you said, we have a lot of Smithies here, and Smithies, we love to overperform. We love going the extra mile. We love being excellent at what we do. So I'm not saying that you relax your standards. I'm not saying go slow, but we want to be curious about what is actually fueling the fire for going hard as we like, right? So every time you think, oh, I need to do this, I need to impress them, and that's why I'm driving myself hard, right? It comes at a cost. Yeah, it comes at a cost of genuine self-appreciation. It comes at a cost of genuine self-confidence and self-trust, right? Because I know for me, when I drive myself in this way, like I need to impress them, right? What's the counter? What's on the other side of that? It's like, oh, I'm gonna be so mean to myself. I'm gonna beat myself up if not everyone in the room was like, oh my gosh, that was mind-blowing. That was so great. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
yeah. So Tria, I want to ask you, okay? We're not done with you. Engage with me for we have plenty of time, okay? When you see those people around you, it's only normal that you experience um some intimidation because you are just starting out in your journey. Like there's when you feel that, that lack of confidence, it's not a sign that you don't belong. It's a sign that you're here to learn, like you have a desire to learn. It's a sign that you have a desire to contribute. It's a sign like you have respect for the journeys other people have gone through. Yeah. And at the same time, I want to invite you to be careful, like just be a little bit onto yourself whenever like I need to impress them, right? Because that doesn't feel great and it just only ends up creating more self-doubt, right? Why keep aiming high, regardless of whether they're impressed? For you, Tria, why keep aiming high? Why keep, you know, striving for excellence, even if they're not impressed?
Uh, because it's not stopping me physically really from reaching excellence. And yeah, I mean, you just have to keep going, but I guess it's like the momentum that you need is not, yeah, it really has to come from that the internal validation. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I hear some voices, so I think
sorry.
it's okay, but
Uh-huh.
exactly. So tell me more. Like if you imagine like, yeah, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for something bigger than like these immediate people being impressed with me. What would that be for?
That would be for myself. Yeah, that would be for my goals, for what I see for myself. Then, like, I don't see like the entire world, and it's just like me, myself, and I, and I'm looking at my own path, and yeah, just doing it for my goals.
I want to invite you to sit for like literally 5 minutes, maybe today or anytime. I want to invite you to like sit with yourself and notice how damn impressive you are to you. And maybe even like think about all the people in your lineage. All think about like all of the women and your ancestors. Like think about how mind-boggling impressive you are to you and the people who have come before you, and maybe the people who will come after you.
Mm,
What do you think
yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I think I have to do the meditation before I do that because I feel like a lot of self-criticism will come while I sit and think about that.
Okay.
But
All
yes,
right.
I will definitely do that. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
You're so welcome. So welcome. Thank you. Thank you for putting your hand up. I really appreciate that. All right. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Um, you have put your hand up. I'm going to butcher it. Please accept my apology in advance. Is it
No, no worries. My name is Vaibhavi.
Bababi?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to join from my another device because my camera was not working in this one. Um, so I am based in Toronto, Canada right now, and I am just like Triya. I have moved from India to Canada back in 2019. And I have been working in marketing for last 5 to 6 years. So
Mhm.
I came here as a student, I transitioned into a job, and now I've been working here from past 4 years. And the I resonated with the conversation that was happening between you and Triya just now, because I feel the part where you said that in order to um, make myself appear in front of my um, seniors or the people that I admire to someday be in that position. I try to, in order to prove myself that I deserve to be here or I know what I'm doing, I generally overcompensate. And the burning part is what I'm feeling that I have been doing for some time. So I am feeling the burnt out in
Mhm.
order to just, I'm basically taking more, I'm chewing more than I can. Um, and then it's leading me to work extra hours, but it's not like I don't want to do that. It's just I feel it's not necessarily the best thing in the long run.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have a question for me?
Yeah, so the reason why I joined this conversation was just to navigate through the imposter syndrome, only just to be just to understand that how can I make myself more confident. And I know this is more of a longer journey than just one chat, but to not feel the way, to not feel that there's a need to overcompensate or there's a need to put 200 times more when you can when I am capable of doing what I do and still um, show my seniors that probably I'm enough to the extent of the work that I do.
When was the last specific time you've experienced that your what you describe as imposter syndrome? When was the last specific time?
So I we have bi-weekly meetings where all of the marketing sits together and contribute to what the projects are doing or how the performance looks like and just general overview of what has happened so far since the last time we've seen each other. And I see that there are times when I felt like I could probably raise my hand and talk about the projects that I'm working on. And my manager even tried to give that space in presenting for the team for our team's behalf. It's just I don't feel that I have enough courage to do that in front of so many people who are mostly
Okay.
senior to me.
So I want you to slow down the tape for me because you're in the biweekly meeting. Is it a Zoom session or is it an in-person session?
In person.
Okay, you're in person, right? And you're in person and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just attending, I'm taking notes, I'm collecting information. And then there is a moment where you go from feeling like, okay, I'm just here to feeling like somehow you can't speak up, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
what's happening right before the moment you're like, oh no, I can't? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What's happening?
I feel I although I do have something that I can share with the group, but I feel that it could be I might sound stupid, or it could not be that important, or just the feeling of that maybe it's not the right place to say, even though it is, because when I go after the meeting, if I share that with my manager and she validates it, she's like, yeah, that was a great insight, we could have like spoken about it, or you can share it next time. So that has happened quite many times over the past few months. So I just feel like that the moment that comes where I can probably speak up, I just feel lack of courage to do so.
Hmm. Okay. How often are you in this meeting with this particular group of people?
It's a typically 45 minutes meeting.
Do you ever talk to any of them like outside of the meeting, like one-on-one?
That's another thing. I have this like our team is like we are 6 people in this in the core team, and then there are extended teams which are 20 to 25 people. I don't talk to everyone on a very regular basis unless there's a very work related conversation happening, and I'm going to the office 4 times a week physically.
Okay, so you're going to the office 4 times a week, but you don't really have like rapport. You're in there in the meeting in person, but you don't really feel like these are people. It doesn't feel really safe.
That's true, and it's been 2 years since I am this in this company, and I'm still trying to, um, trying to make effort. It just takes a lot to, even though I don't want to. I'm not like I'm like an unapproachable person. It's just that I don't think that I am very. I'm also an introverted person, so it gets difficult for me to go and have a conversation which is not about work.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because if you did have a conversation with those people, not about work, if you just talked about, hey, how's the weather? Or
Hmm.
how's that coffee you're drinking? Like, what can go wrong if you did?
Nothing. It's just
Nothing. It
I
just
don't even.
feels uncomfortable. It just feels,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Are you in a like a private space right now?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see
Okay.
you.
I'm gonna walk you through and everyone can follow along who's watching this. I'm going to walk you through a technique called emotional freedom technique. Okay? I don't know if you have heard of it, but it is tapping. Are you familiar with this?
No.
Okay. E Emotional freedom technique, EFT for short, is a clinically backed technique that helps people navigate through difficult emotions. And there are reams and reams of research that shows it is very effective with social anxiety all the way to PTSD.
Okay.
Okay. So let's try it. Okay. Let's experiment. Let's see what happens. Are you game?
Hmm.
Okay, so I want you to think about this biweekly meeting. And when you think about the last time you were in that meeting with these folks, right? And if you had to rate your level of discomfort around speaking between 1 to 10, how would you rate it between 1 to 10?
I think I would rate it close to 9 to 10.
9 to 10. Okay. And notice where in your body you experience that discomfort. Just notice. Yeah?
It's in my hands. It becomes sweaty, and my armpits become sweaty, even though it's chilly and the AC is fully blasting.
Okay.
Mhm.
So thank you for sharing that. And now, people, if you want to follow along with us, go ahead. What I'm going to invite you to do is just, again, just shimmy those shoulders, maybe shake your hands. Yeah, like shake it off like Taylor Swift. And now I'm going to invite you to put your palms up like this. Okay. And what I'm going to invite you to do is tap the karate chop side of one hand. You're just going to gently tap it with the tips of your fingers. Okay. And you are welcome. I invite you to say these statements out loud with me. But here's the thing, you don't have to say anything that doesn't actually resonate. Don't repeat if it doesn't resonate. Only repeat what actually feels true to you. Game?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So here now repeat after me. Even though
Even though
it's not my place to speak up
it's not my place to speak up
and I feel really uncomfortable
and I feel really uncomfortable
in this meeting,
in this meeting,
I completely accept
I completely accept
and honor myself.
and honor myself.
Even though
Even though
I'm so afraid
I'm so afraid
I'm gonna sound stupid
I'm going to sound stupid
when I speak in front of these people,
when I speak in front of these people,
I completely accept
I completely accept
and honor myself.
and honor myself.
And now I invite you to tap this part right here. It's like the third eye, right?
Mhm.
Where you can kind of touch both eyebrows.
Mhm.
It's so difficult for me to speak up.
It's so difficult for me to speak up.
In the side of your eye, where you can feel the bone, say, I'm an introvert.
I'm an introvert.
And you can tap the under, right? Kind of, we can feel the bone. It's not safe
It's not safe
for me to speak up.
for me to speak up.
And now you're going to tap right here where you can feel kind of your breastbone, yeah? And say, I don't want to speak up.
I don't want to speak up.
It's so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
That's right. And now you're going to continue back to the third eye, all this discomfort,
All this discomfort,
all this imposter syndrome.
all this imposter syndrome,
It feels so justified
it feels so justified
and it feels so true.
and it feels so true.
But when I don't speak up,
But when I don't speak up,
I don't show them
I don't show them
that I know
that I know
what I know.
when I know.
Yeah. And for this reason,
And for this reason,
I'm willing
I'm willing
to release
to release
and let this go.
and let this go.
Right. And now move to the under your eye.
Mhm.
I release and I let this go.
I release and I let this go.
Yeah. It's safe
It's safe
for me to speak.
for me to speak.
It's safe
It's safe
for me to exist.
for me to exist.
It's safe
It's safe
for me to contribute.
for me to contribute.
That's right. So I release and I let this go.
So I release and I let this go.
Yeah. And now move to your breastbone one more time. I release and I let this go.
I release and I let this go.
That's right. And you know, you can repeat this as many times as you want, okay? And everyone can do that. And now I'm going to invite you to grab a wrist. Any wrist will do.
Mhm.
Take a deep breath, the biggest inhale you've taken all day, and exhale twice as long. Okay. Now let's check in. Now, when you bring yourself in your mind back to that biweekly meeting,
Mhm.
okay, what's that like now?
It's because I'm referencing my history, so it feels the same, but I feel that I don't have that sweatiness in my hands anymore.
Hmm, right.
It's
And
Mhm.
so, as you feel what it's like to not have that sweatiness in your hands, let's imagine you're like, oh yeah, I have something to say. I have something to share.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know something. They might want to know that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. What's that like for you when you imagine that?
I think I think it's good because people I would be more visible
That's
and
right. And
there
what does
would be
that do for you when you are more visible?
it would be better because I think people would see a face for the
Yeah.
work that I put in, and it will bring the human side of me, which I guess I'm not able to do because of the the introvertness and the imposter syndrome that I have.
Be, and then you might realize, oh wow, even the introvertness and the imposter syndrome is the most human experience. It's like a
Mm.
pretty human thing, you know? When
Right.
the more I tell people, yeah, sometimes I feel like a fraud. People are like, oh, thank you for telling me the truth because I do too.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Um, I'm curious, when is the next meeting? Next bi-weekly meeting?
Next to next Monday.
Okay, you have two more Mondays.
Yeah.
Okay. But now when you think about attending that meeting and maybe just saying, "Hey, this is the latest update on this marketing initiative." I'm
Mhm.
curious what comes up for you.
Yeah. I would do that.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah. And this EFT, of course, I'll send you the recording. Everyone can follow along, but it's very straightforward. And thank you so much for being open to being coached today. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome. All right, we have a minute. And if anyone else wants some support before we wrap this up, I'm going to open it up to everyone who's here. Uh, I'm here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And also, if you'd like to learn more about coaching with me, I will send you the direct link to my website along with the replay. But in the meantime, here's where you can go to learn more about working with me one-on-one. And if no one else has anything else they want to share or get coached on, I just ask that each person, maybe you can put it into the chat box real quick. What is one thing you're taking away from attending this session? Okay, Virginia says, I have to jump to another meeting, but thank you all again. I just took your quiz and can't wait to see what leadership archetype I am. That's right. If you come to jamieleecoach.com, you will learn your unique archetype, and I recommend very specific tips and scripts on how you can better advocate for your career growth. Elizabeth, I'm enough. That's right. That's right. Who else? I invite you to share, like, what is your one takeaway? You shouldn't let your imposter syndrome stop us from opportunities to grow and succeed. We may be stressed out in places like meetings, but it's worth it in the end. Thank you. Jen says this was terrific. Thank you. Need to drop. Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else want to share just one thing they're taking away? Stephanie says, thank you, Jamie. This gave me some food for thought. I can resume working on being at rest and not thinking I need to be busy doing something or productive all the time. That's right. Rest is resistance. Rest is revolutionary when you think about it. Yeah. Elena, I'm going to use that last technique to help in stressful moments. Yes, I have a abbreviated version of it on my YouTube channel. I'll send it along with the replay. Uh, Vaibavi says, thank you, Jamie. The EFT practice, it's a really powerful one. And you could also Google EFT or look it up on YouTube. There are many, many great resources. Thank you, everyone, for attending this imposter syndrome clinic for women of the global majority. Thank you, Tria. Thank you, uh, Vaibavi. I really appreciate you and Amy and Elizabeth and Elena and Stephanie and Jen and Virginia, so many people. Carla, agreed. Incorporate EFT was a great helpful move. Yeah. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. What it does is you access different acupressure points to help down regulate your nervous system. That's what's happening. And we also rewrote some of the programming. We wrote some of that unconscious languaging with the words. Excellent. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Jamie. Bye.
Bye.